I'm not letting you. You cannot push. You cannot push. You cannot push. Get over her.
Yeah, got a new show for y'all. Got a damn good show. What y'all just saw was the Newark mayor getting arrested for trespassing. Yeah. Him and a few other Democrats, members from Congress, they was holding a protest because they don't want an ICE facility in their city. They telling the government, no, we don't want this facility here. But they're not using those words. They're telling them, you don't have the permits to have this ICE facility here. So that's why they're there and protesting. And that's how all this melee broke out. And they got the nerve to call us fascists. They got the nerve to call us dictators. Yeah, pretty much they don't want this ICE, it's a 1,000-bed ICE detention facility. It was a prison, and now ICE transformed it into an ICE detention facility. It's a MAGA detention facility is what it is. And they don't like it. And that's why they were there. And he was, and Attorney General, I think it was Attorney General, she already warned this dude, said, if you come here, you've been trespassed, we're going to arrest you. Yeah. But this, another thing, he's the mayor of Newark, right? He's running for governor of New Jersey. What best can you do to put your name out there that you're running for governor? Yeah, it's a political stunt, but shouldn't he be impeached from his current elected position? You're impeding the government from doing their job. Yeah. You know, you took an oath as an elected official to uphold the Constitution. Yeah, but Democrats are great at political theater. It's a good day whenever a Democrat is getting arrested. Yeah. All right, but I'm going to show you a full story on what happened. Okay. But before we get to today's video, if you support the show, pick up some damn good coffee or some methylene blue or anything on our website, and you get entered to win our truck giveaways. Yeah, let's get to the show. All right.
We are learning, we're getting a statement in from the Department of Homeland Security, and they say this, that today, as a bus of detainees was entering the security gate of Delaney Hall Detention Center, you see there, Delaney Hall, that's a live picture. DHS says a group of protesters, including 2 members of U.S. Congress, stormed the gate and broke into the detention facility.
That is nuts. That's an insurrection. It is. That's an impeachable offense. They committed a felony.
Members, Robert Menendez Jr. and Bonnie Watson Coleman, and multiple protesters are holed up in a guard shack at the first security checkpoint.
That's a crime.
These members of Congress storming into a detention facility goes beyond bizarre political stunt and puts the safety of our law enforcement agents and the detainees at risk. DHS says members of Congress are not above the law and cannot illegally break into detention facilities. Had these members requested a tour, we would have facilitated a tour of the facility. This is an evolving situation. The allegations by Newark politicians that Delaney does not have the proper permitting is false, they say. We have valid permits, and inspection from plumbing, electricity to fire codes has been clear. That's a statement in from the Department of Homeland Security. So 2 of these New Jersey Democrats from the House, Bonnie Watson Coleman and Robert Menendez Jr. are involved in this, as is, Mike, the Democratic mayor of Newark, New Jersey, Alina Habba, the interim acting U.S. attorney for New Jersey. She tweets this: the mayor of Newark, Ras Baraka, committed trespass and ignored multiple warnings from Homeland Security investigations to remove himself from the ICE detention center in Newark, New Jersey this afternoon. He has willingly chosen to disregard the law. That will not stand in this state. He has been taken into custody, all caps, no one is above the law.
Like they tried to hold, that was their slogan, nobody's above the law. Like the Democrats are the party of law and order. When the border's wide open and they're trying to throw Donald Trump in jail for nothing, but they're the party of law and order. And look what they just pulled this stunt at an ICE detention facility. Yeah. But they're the party of law and order. And not one Democrat has denounced the violence that's going across America right now, especially with Tesla. Yeah. Fire bombings? Yeah, they haven't denounced it. Not one person. Yeah, but this is how Democrats operate. This is the mayor a couple of days before this incident. He's running for governor. Hey, Keith, diversity is our strength. Remember that. Yeah. Hey, remember that, everybody. Yeah, don't forget that. Diversity, that's our strength. Yeah. It makes us stronger.
It was a tense scene outside Newark's Delaney Hall early this morning, where Mayor Ras Baraka brought along members of his administration to create a barricade demanding entry into the building. That's after his fire code inspectors were denied access. As we reported on Monday, ICE confirmed Delaney Hall began housing immigrant detainees on May 1st, even though the city and courts haven't given approvals for permits to operate. Now the mayor says city attorneys are filing an injunction to stop them. Raven Santana.
See, they don't want that ICE detention facility there. Wait a minute. They have no say-so. This is federal. Yeah, but I'm sure, well, it's in their city. I'm sure you got to go through the local government, but they're trying to come up with these false flags to keep them from opening up the facility. Yeah, they tried to bring their fire inspectors. Yeah. This is considered a federal building. This is the federal administration. They have no say-so. They have no jurisdiction there.
Anna reports.
You can't just go in a building and open it up without a certificate of occupancy. You can't say I have a certificate of occupancy for 20 years ago without doing any inspections. You can't change things or fix things. And if you do all of that, even if you say you didn't do that, we have a right to check.
Newark Mayor Ras Baraka, alongside his team and local advocates, gathered at the entrance of Delaney Hall Immigration Detention Center demanding answers after fire and code enforcement officials were blocked from entering the facility. The 1,000-bed facility is owned by the private prison company Geo Group, which entered into a 15-year, $1 billion contract with ICE in February.
ICE don't have a long-term lease with these folks, so Geo is...
So that company that had the lease...
Been contracted by ICE.
Yeah, by ICE. But so now they have a problem with that. There was up to code when it was just this private security company or whatever it was that before them. But because they signed a deal with ICE, now they got a problem with it. Because they don't want an ICE detention facility in this city.
That is beyond stupid.
Yeah. Completely responsible. They're hiding behind ICE right now. Keep telling our folks that ICE has to give us permission to get in, which is completely not true. The fire officials can go into any building anytime they want to do any inspections. They're not allowing them in. I wasn't here yesterday. The fire officials and UCC code officials.
Real quick. Not your fire inspectors, but I'm sure ICE and whoever's in charge of this building, they've had the proper inspections. Yeah, of course. So you want your fire inspectors? Yeah. So could you imagine if something happened at this facility and then a bunch of detainees that's going to be deported, horrible happens to them? Right. I'm pretty sure they've done their due diligence to make sure everybody, the workers, the detainees, everybody's safe. But you know what's crazy? You remember when they was letting all these people in our country illegally? They opened up abandoned schools. They took over hotels. Right. Especially these abandoned schools, especially in Chicago. Yeah. Did you get the proper inspections? Was Republicans that petty and say, hey, you don't have the proper fire inspection? Yeah. We're going to shut it. No. Because guess what? We don't break the law. We do it the right way. We got reelected, we got power in the House, and we got power in the government. So we switched it, closed down the border. I mean, the way you do things is just backwards. They're communist.
We're here yesterday. They wouldn't let them in, so now I'm here today.
ICE confirmed to NJ Spotlight News that Delaney Hall has been housing detainees as of May 1st, a month ahead of schedule, but the Federal Immigration Agency did not confirm the number of people currently held inside, saying in a statement that the number constantly changes as detainees transfer in and out on a recurring basis, adding ICE leverages a diverse detention network, including private facilities, to ensure all aliens reside in safe, secure, and humane environments during their time in ICE custody.
Similar to the Elizabeth Detention Center, which is just less than 7 miles down the road, this is a very industrial site that if you did not know the location, you wouldn't even know that exists, and that's very purposeful. ICE specifically has immigration detention centers away from where people are live, out of sight.
Of course. You want them in a residential neighborhood?
It's a prison. It's a jail. Tell me one jail or prison or county lockup just in the middle of a suburban neighborhood. Just in the middle of a suburban neighborhood. That's reckless. That's dangerous.
It's dumb. It ruins the property values. Yeah, but this is just
these people are just, they're not smart.
Well, Kevin, they're just pandering to their base. Their base, their voting base, they're a bunch of idiots.
Well, Keith,
and they think so look how he's fighting for us. Look at him, he got arrested. He's like Martin Luther King. That's Kevin. That's
Keith, yeah. I get that.
This is stupid from my point of view, but to that voting base, it's like, man, this dude is fighting for our democracy.
Keith, come on. Okay, it's okay to have opposing opinions, but your opinions gotta pass the logic test. These are people that's in our country illegally. They're being deported.
Yeah. Hey, Kevin.
Why would you,
Kevin?
Why wouldn't you agree with that?
Why are you trying to bring logic into this? This has nothing to do with logic. Republicans are logical. Democrats are illogical.
I mean, I don't know. I just don't get it, man.
Yeah, you don't supposed
I
to
don't
get it. You got logic. They don't have logic. You don't supposed to get it. This whole story is nuts.
Yeah, man. I mean,
they let all these illegals into the country. No pushback from nobody.
No due process.
Nobody.
Just open the border.
Now we're following the actual law. I mean, is it legal to let illegal immigrants into the country? No. Everybody knows it's not.
Right. Oh, man. You know what, man? After Obama, first black president, and looking what all these black elected officials are doing, Jasmine Crockett, I don't think we'll ever see another black president. You can't trust him.
No,
no, you can't trust him, Chief.
Kevin, it's totally possible. There's an idiot born every day in this country. You know how many babies are born in this country?
Yeah. And that's not a racist thing to say. I'm just pattern recognition. A majority of blacks lean hard left. I don't know why.
Oh, we all know why. Oh, we all know why. I ain't gonna say it, but y'all know why.
I'll say it. Low capacity.